So when we started out, probably our biggest competitor was TechCrunch. So always been very sort of Silicon Valley focused, but they had a big European team. They were the go-to, I think, for lots of founders, for lots of communications people. They wanted to appear in TechCrunch. There was also obviously the kind of bigger business publications like Bloomberg and the Financial Times covering, the very, very large scale-up companies that had raised hundreds of millions of pounds or dollars or euros. And then we saw a lot of very good but quite local players, so publications that were great for the Swedish tech ecosystem or the French ecosystem or wherever it is, often in that local language. And so there was no one, we felt, kind of tying together the whole European scene, and also adding a kind of two things, a kind of layer of analysis and sort of really in-depth reporting of where sectors might be heading. And also, I think something that's differentiated Sifted right from the start is a focus on the actual company building side of things. We've always, I think,
startup life.
The startup life. I think we've always been a bit more focused on the business than the technology itself, and that's maybe where, obviously, the Next Web, where you used to work, was maybe, I'd say, a bit more focused on how the technology itself worked, and some of the other publications are around. Whereas we've always focused a lot more on how do you get from 2-3 people with an idea to raising investment, hiring a team, expanding internationally, eventually realizing you probably need to fire some of those people you hired, realizing some of those investors were not quite the lovely people you thought they were, and all these trials and tribulations of startup life, which are very, very unique to this kind of business. And I think anyone who runs a company, who works for a company, myself, I'm a startup employee, knows that the trajectory is not smooth. Sometimes you wonder why you don't just have a nice, cushy corporate job with a comfortable salary and not crazy ups and downs in your working hours. But there's something special about building something, and we wanted to kind of capture that.